We're here. We're in the basement, back in my parents' basement. Feels good. And it makes more sense to do it here anyways. I've wanted to make this video for a while. We just hit 10K and I feel like it's a good time to do it. I want to talk about my journey thus far. I want to talk about what Rambling Road is, why I started it, what's the point, my ups, my downs, just everything. And hopefully it'll help one of you trying to do the same thing. That's kind of the point of this video, is to help whoever is watching this right now that wants to make it on YouTube or make it on social media or do something with their life that's unconventional.
Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. Spread their racks on new chain.
And we got to start at the beginning-ish, back in high school. I was a big time athlete. I played golf and volleyball. I was going to play college volleyball. That's what I had my heart set on, and it didn't work out. I didn't like the schools recruiting me. They were like small D3 schools. There was a D1 school that I could have played on, but I would have been like a bench or practice player, and I just didn't want to do that. So my volleyball career ended, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm done with sports. Now what? And so I picked up the weights and I became obsessed with training, just training to get stronger, training to build up my physique, because I was a really skinny kid and I had some insecurities, and that's kind of how that gets started anyways. Especially in the fitness industry, a lot of those big time lifters start because of body image issues, stuff like that. And it was kind of a combination of the two, of like wanting to just feel better about myself, get stronger, and just build more muscle and have abs and the whole thing, but also because I just love being active. I love being an athlete, and I wanted to just keep something up. So anyways, I started lifting, and that brought me into college, and I was just obsessed with it. And that's when I started watching YouTube fitness. I was watching guys like Brandon Campbell, Matt Ogus, and then Christian Guzman came out. So I was watching all these guys, and I was like, I want to do that. I want that success. And Chris Jones was like one of the pioneers, and I saw him blow up, and I'm like, I want that. And so I bought a camera and started making YouTube fitness videos, and they were really, really bad. There are two reasons why they were bad. First reason was I just started. And whenever you start something, you're always going to be bad. That's just what happens. And the second reason was I didn't really like it. I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't a passion of mine. I kind of forced it, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was making these videos thinking like, I want this, but deep down I was making them for the wrong reason. And I just wanted kind of the fame and the spotlight, and because I wanted that versus just loving the process of making these videos, it didn't go very far. They sucked pretty much. So I graduated college and I became a personal trainer. I started training at a commercial gym, and I hated it. I really didn't enjoy it. I thought I would enjoy it because I love training myself. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a personal trainer, and I'm just gonna love helping people and love training other people. And that just wasn't the case. I found out shortly after that it wasn't for me. And so once I graduated, I was just lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought fitness was it, and it wasn't. I was a personal trainer at this commercial gym. I had my parents telling me, you know, get a 9-to-5 job. They were supportive, but they didn't really understand the whole YouTube thing. It's not their fault. They just didn't understand it. They didn't see what I saw, even though I was doing it for the wrong reasons. And so they weren't the most supportive. My mom was. My dad didn't go to college, and so he thought college was just this big opportunity. And he was just like, you know, you're gonna go to college, you're gonna get a job, blah, blah, blah. This is, you know, what you need to do. And so I actually interviewed for a position in a financial advising firm. I was so lost. I was just like, okay. And then I was just looking at the dollar signs and like, oh man, I can make this money or this much money. And I was kind of going down that path because I was just so lost. And I interviewed for that job. I ended up not even getting it because it was like, oh, what's that position called? A desk, not a secretary, administrative job. It was like an administrative job or something. And these firms, they typically hire females for that position. And so I don't know. Anyway, that's another story. But yeah, so I didn't get that job, and I was just like, what? I don't know what I'm doing. And my girlfriend and I, who I was dating at the time, we broke up, and that was just a disaster. And I just felt stuck. It was kind of my reality check. It was my rock bottom, even though that rock bottom is nothing compared to a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, but it was kind of my reality check saying like, look, like you need to do something here. Either do it now or just don't do it at all. So I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna go for it. And I was a little naive, which actually helped. I didn't really, like, I was a horrible college student. I was a horrible high school student. I was smart enough to just get by, but I never excelled in anything. I was horrible. I just felt like, oh, I'll just figure it out, you know, whatever. So I was just kind of naive. I didn't really know that, hey, if I don't do something with my life, like, I'm screwed here. And that kind of helped, like, take care of the fear that a lot of people have when they're trying to start something new or become an entrepreneur, start that business, start that venture, or whatever. There's a lot of fear that stop people from even starting. And because I was naive, it kind of helped me get through that without even knowing. So I took all of my clients from that commercial gym and I left, and I took them over to a warehouse gym that I'm still at now, Performance Factory Training. And they all came with me, which made it so much easier. And so I left that commercial gym and started my own private training business. And I was gonna do that. Even though I knew I didn't really enjoy it, I was like, I gotta do this to make money. I have to. This is gonna be my venture as of right now. And throughout this whole entire process, I was competing for a bodybuilding show. And I was still super into fitness, like getting ready for this show. And I was documenting it along the way. And then one day, I uploaded a video. I was in California training at Barbell Brigade, and I made a video about that, uploaded it. And out of the blue, Brandon Campbell commented, like, nice job, or well done on this, or wait, like something like that, like, nice job, Zack, or whatever. And at the time I was just like staring at my screen, just like in disbelief, like, what? Why is Brandon Campbell watching my shitty fitness videos? And it really struck me. I'm like, holy shit. And then I started thinking, like, wheels started spinning. I'm like, wait a second. Brandon has featured YouTube channels in the past. If I can just frickin' crush these upcoming videos, maybe I'll have a chance to get featured on his channel. And so from that moment on, I literally just tried making the best videos I could make, and that's when the motto for my channel, and if you go to my about page, it says I try to make my next video better than the last, and that's kind of how that got started. So I was like, holy shit, Brandon Campbell's watching my videos, what the hell? So I finished up the cut, I competed, and I made, I think, maybe 1 or 2 other videos after that, trying to make them better than I normally do, because now Brandon Campbell's watching them, and it gives me more motive to do that much better. So my cut finished. I placed 2nd in my class out of 3. It wasn't a good experience, and it really turned me off. All that work for 10 minutes of stage time, and I'm like, fuck this. This is not for me. I knew right then and there, I'm done competing. I just want to train and just enjoy that, because competing, it depends on the person, but it sucked all the fun from training. I hated training after that, because you're so low in body fat, and you just want to kill everyone that rubs you the wrong way, which is everyone, because you have 0 patience and you're starving yourself, and it felt like I was walking through chest deep water 24/7. It was just a nightmare, for me. Again, this is all my opinion. I respect everyone that competes. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, and if you're a competitor that keeps competing, more power to you. All the respect in the world. And while all this was going on, I knew that I was going to make a transformation video. So I was taking before and after photos, like all of my weekly progress, week after week. Like, I kind of knew the concept in my mind while this whole cut was going on. And Brandon Campbell was watching my video. So again, more incentive to crush this video. And so I edited the video, I posted it, and at the time I was averaging like 350 views, something pretty lame, and I had less than 1,000 subs. I don't know how many, maybe 700, something like that, mainly friends, family, some extra people that just found me for some reason, like Brandon did, you know, stuff like that. And it got more views than normal, but it was very, very slow progression. So I posted that, whatever. I didn't expect much. I knew it was gonna be more than usual, but I didn't expect much. So I was done with bodybuilding, but because Brandon was watching, and because I didn't have a normal, I was an entrepreneur. I had my own business. So everything I did was starting to become a do or die mentality. I had to kind of like create this mentality, because I mean, I'm a white kid from the suburbs. I live comfortably. I was given almost everything as a child, and so it was really hard to learn that work ethic. I had to learn that over time, and I'm continuing to learn that. You know, I'm very, very, very lucky to live in this house, and to, you know, have the childhood that I had, and have the parents that I have. But the downside of that is, you know, I didn't have that hunger. I didn't have that flame, because I was just given everything for the most part. So I had to create that. And so it started to become a do or die mentality, because I told myself, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my own thing. And so I really started taking the fitness videos more seriously, even though I wasn't very passionate about them. And so I was making more and more strength videos, yada, yada, yada. And finally I was just like, okay, I'm not enjoying this. There's something wrong here. There's something off. I can't remember exactly my mindset at the time, but what I do know is that I wanted out of the fitness industry. I did not like it. I just didn't want to be a part of it anymore. I wasn't passionate about it. There was just a lot of things going on there that I just didn't like. And so I'm like, I'm just gonna make videos I want to make, and not not videos that I think people will like. I'm gonna make videos that I want to create and I want to watch. I've been watching YouTube for a long time, and I was really into the vlogs, like watching vloggers like Casey Neistat and Ben Brown and all those guys, but I was getting bored of it. I didn't enjoy watching those videos anymore, and I felt like there was an opening for a new kind of vlog. And so I decided to create a series. This was my initial mindset. I wanted to create a series on real life, literally about nothing, like kind of like Seinfeld, a show about nothing, but real. Like I wanted to show my family dynamic. I wanted to show how I interacted with my parents, my friends, other family. And I wanted to show that in real, just with no bullshit. I didn't want any of the bullshit. I just wanted to show it. And I thought that would be interesting. At least I would want to watch that. And so that's what I did. I started coming out with these vlogs, not really knowing where I was taking it. I really didn't have, I had a very generic vision. But I didn't know exactly where this was going or where I wanted to take it. Still a little lost because this was new territory, because I'm done making fitness videos kind of thing. I was like, you'll see in my feed that there's like a couple of YouTube fitness videos sprinkled into those vlogs. And I even wrote in my notes, I have a notebook where I literally like wrote my entire YouTube schedule. Like Monday, you're gonna post a vlog, so people know the kind of person you are, and like your family, and just like who you are as a person, your upbringing, whatever. And then on Wednesday, you're gonna make a fitness video, informational, so it provides value to people, yada yada yada. And then finally, the fitness videos just went later, and then it was all these vlogs, even though I don't like to call them vlogs. So because of that, all of my videos got appreciably better. And that's when the comments started coming in. People were like, whoa man, like editing next level. This was awesome to watch, like blah, blah, blah. Like I was starting to sprinkle, those comments were starting to sprinkle in, and I was like, whoa, like this is cool. Okay. And it just motivated me more to keep making these videos. And then Brandon showed up once again. And I had just finished my very first Rambling Road travel series. If you guys are OG subscribers, you'll know these videos. It was when I visited my brother and my nephew and my sister-in-law in California. It was like a little 3-part video series, and it was my very first like series that I made. And the very first video, he showed up and was like, hey man, editing has been dope. Let me know if I can ever help share. And I was like, this is it. This is my big moment. I've made it. I have made it. And at the time, I had just reached 1,000 subscribers from the transformation video. It started blowing up a little bit more, nothing crazy. Maybe 20,000 views or something like that, which was, in my book, that was nuts. And that pushed me over 1,000 subs, which is like, that's the biggest milestone right there for early YouTubers. And then he said that, and I was just like, this is it. I'm just gonna be doing it. I'm gonna be huge, whatever. I don't know what my mindset was at the time. I was really pumped. And I remember responding, I'm like, hell fucking yeah, like that would be awesome, please. And then nothing happened. He disappeared, and I felt very uncomfortable saying like, hey, are you gonna feature me on your channel? Yeah, just felt wrong. I didn't want to ask. I didn't want to say. I just thought he would eventually reach out and be like, hey man, you know, this Monday is your time slot. Upload your video on my channel and we'll help you out. He doesn't talk like that, but so, wow, yeah. Super cool. So everything that I had thought before, the very first time he commented on my video, I'm like, man, if I make badass videos, he's gonna feature me on his channel. And I saw all these, I just saw the chain reaction starting to happen. And I was stoked. I was stoked. Yeah, so nothing happened for a while. And I was starting to get a little disappointed, and I was kind of like, what the hell, like what's going on here? And I told my parents about it, and my mom was just like, you gotta reach out, just reach out to him, and you know, message him on Facebook, whatever, do what you gotta do, just reach out and be like, what's going on? So I did that. I reached out to him on Facebook, and I forgot the conversation, but he was just like, yeah man, like I've been loving your stuff, like make a video that you think will gain the most amount of subscribers from my channel, and finish it anytime, like no time frame, whatever, just do your thing and I'll upload it on my channel. It's like, wow, like I think like a month or maybe even 2 months passed, maybe a month or something like that, a long time, until I finally said something. He's like, yeah man, go for it. I was like, damn, like I wish I did that sooner. And right after that happened, I broke my thumb trying to deadlift 600 pounds. And I mean, I knew that wasn't like my fate, like I'm not gonna be able to upload on his channel, but I was like, well, shit, this sucks. I just felt very defeated. I was like, oh man, like, what am I gonna do? Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I made the video, and I put my heart and soul into it, even though I watch it now and I don't think it's good at all, but you know, that's pretty standard. But I put my heart and soul into it. I must have written like so many concepts and thrown them out, and yeah, it was just crazy. And anyways, posted the video, and I was watching it like a hawk, refreshing, and just a stream of positive comments came in. A lot of it, there was some negative, and the like to dislike ratio was worse than his normal video. And he had just featured Calgary Barbell. I don't know if you guys know Calgary Barbell, and I'm gonna give a little mini shout out to them. They're an incredible strength powerlifting channel that got featured the same time that I did. Yeah, so they got ahead of me like right off the bat, because they're a lifting channel. Brandon's a lifting channel. Obviously there's gonna be more correlation there, and more subscribers are gonna flow to that because it's the same niche. And then obviously here I come, this cinematographer vlogging idiot, and just, you know, there's just not gonna be as many subscribers there. I gained like 1,500 subscribers from that shout out, which is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, it's great. But back in the day, maybe 2 years ago, and this is with Calgary Barbell too, they got a bunch of subscribers, but not as much as if they were to get shouted out 2 years ago. This is my opinion. This is just what I've seen. And I know Brandon shouted out, it was either Nick Wright, I think he shouted out Nick Wright and Matt Keto, but I can't remember who. One of those channels was at 5,000 before the Brandon Campbell shout out, and then after the Brandon Campbell shout out, they were at like 20,000 or 25,000. Like they gained like 20,000 subs, something crazy. And back in the day, shout outs were they were more valuable, and I think that's just because YouTube was less saturated at the time. So watching it like a hawk, refreshing, was a little disappointed because I was expecting like, oh, I'm gonna get so many subs, I'm gonna be at 30,000, whatever. That didn't happen. I was trying not to let that happen, not get disappointed, but I kind of got disappointed. But the key is, and I found this out later, it wasn't the amount of people that saw my video. It was the right people that saw my video, because shortly thereafter, Travis S contacted me through Instagram. He slid into the DMs, and I forgot our conversation, but he said kind of the same thing. Hey man, I love what you're doing. I love your work. I think it's unique. I want to feature you on my channel. And I'm like, holy shit. Once again, here we go again. This is it, baby. I'm gonna be huge, like all this stuff. And then I went to Mexico, and I created the Mexico series, and that kind of kicked things off for me, and I kind of started finding myself as a content creator that much more. My vision started to narrow down because my vision was so generic in the beginning. It was just, I'm gonna show life. I'm gonna show it. I'm not really gonna vlog about it. I'm just gonna show it. Like the conversations that I have with my dad are gonna be actual conversations I have with my dad, not just like a fabricated, you know, I just talked with my dad about blah, blah, blah. No, I'm gonna show that. And so that was my thinking. And then after the Mexico series, I was like, I'm creating essentially like a mini like Netflix show. And I was like, this is what I like this is what I want. And I did that with the LA series without even realizing it. But then after the Mexico series, I don't know what my mindset was at the time, but I knew like this is cool. Like, I think this is cool. You know, I kind of like this Netflix vibes, and that's why I created the intro. And you know, I've got the, you know, I'm naming, you know, who's part of the show, the intro credits, whatever it's called. So yeah, so then I started like, that's when kind of like I started getting a little bit of recognition, a little name for myself. Like, you know, Zack is a cinematographer, like it's a show. They're not vlogs, they're episodes kind of thing. So I came back from Mexico, edited that series, and then I made the Travis video. And I wanted to do it differently this time because I was a little disappointed with the amount of subs that I got from Brandon's channel, and I felt like I didn't do a good job because I didn't connect with his audience and take advantage of that as much as I should have. So with Travis's channel, he does a lot of food stuff. It gets a lot of views. I was like, okay, I'm going to make a food film, you know, whatever. And I'm gonna make it about the best burritos in Chicago. Chicago, we have some of the best food in the world. So I'm like, this is gonna be great. And I found this article on the best burritos in Chicago. I'm like, this is my storyline being just handed to me on a silver platter here, and this is perfect. Turned out they were absolutely horrible, so I had to totally change the story. And I had just watched Chef's Table, so I wanted to bring that vibe into the plot, or into the story. You know, I watch it now, like I said, and I feel like it's horrible. I didn't execute it very, very well. But anyway, at the time, I did the best that I possibly could. Put my heart and soul into it. And again, just a stream of positivity. You know, you're obviously gonna get some hate, some like, what the hell is this bullshit? So obviously that happened. But mainly positive, super cool. And Travis is just an awesome dude for even letting me do that. And obviously Brandon is. So it was just cool. I'm like, I'm making these connections, and you know, I'm making these videos, and they're going on bigger channels, and like, this is just awesome. And I probably gained another 1,500 subs from that shout out, or from that feature. Which again, I was like, oh man, I could have taken advantage of it. I could have taken advantage of it more, blah, blah, blah. Just kind of focusing on the numbers. So I came out with the Travis video after all the hype lowered after the Travis video, and I was done obsessing over the numbers and yada, yada, yada. I was getting these comments from people. I was finally starting to get recognition, or even more recognition. I was getting comments from these people like, hey man, you're really inspiring me to pick up a camera. You're inspiring me to kind of just live out my dream. Just like crazy comments that I was just like what? Like, really? And that kept happening. And I was like maybe I'm doing something here. Maybe something is happening where like I'm actually helping people. And like I said earlier, my vision wasn't to help people. It was just to make entertaining stuff to watch. And that's still my goal, but then I started getting these comments like I was just blown away. And that just narrowed my vision even more. I'm like, okay, like it goes from creating like episodes about real life to creating an episode with like kind of like a Netflix vibe, like making it more cinematic, stuff like that. And now finally to I'm gonna show my journey and inspire people to live out their actual dream, to show that there is more than one way to do life. You don't have to do life like the people around you tell you to do it, or you don't have to do it like they do it. Because where I live, everyone was told, and this is what everyone did, you go to high school, you graduate, you go to college, you graduate, and you get a 9-to-5. And you just go, that's the chain of events. You go boom, boom, boom. And I didn't fit into that. I was such an outcast. I didn't connect, like in college, I did not connect with anybody. I just didn't. And I thought it was the school that I went to, but honestly, I think it would have been any school I went to. I just wouldn't have connected with those people, because you know, some people do school well, some people do that lifestyle well, and that's what they want to do, and that's cool. But for the people that don't want to, why force it? Do something that you actually want to do and feel good about it. And I wanted to show that because I wasn't successful yet, and I'm not anywhere near where I want to be, but I was starting to get a little recognition, but I wasn't anybody yet. I was a nobody. I was underground. And so I was like, this, like what if I showed the whole thing from the beginning? I still have that opportunity. I'm still a nobody. What if I can tell the true underdog story? And that became my vision. And it sounds silly, like when people ask me, hey, what's your YouTube channel about? You know, I just say it's about my life, it's about making it. You know, what does that mean? It means a lot to a bunch of people. Everyone has their own definition of making it. And a lot of people argue that you don't ever make it. It's always just a journey and a process, and I do agree with that. I don't think there is ever an end game. But there are goals that you want to strive for that are important to you, and once you reach some of those goals, you're starting to make it. That's my opinion. So what if I could show that? What if I could show kids and help kids my age, younger and older, that you don't have to listen to anyone. You can do what you want to do. You can be anyone. There are no rules. You can literally carve out your own path and just do your own thing. So that kind of became my vision after receiving all these comments and stuff. Shortly after realizing that, and after the Travis video, Matt Keto, aka Goku Flex, decided to slide into my DMs, and he said the same thing as Travis and Brandon. He's like, hey man, I love your stuff, I think it's unique. How would you feel about me flying you out to the Arnold in Ohio to film for me and work with Alpha? I was like, yes, let's do that. And so that's what I did. I didn't get paid much, and I would have done it for free, but they did fly me out and they gave me a little bit of money. I'm not gonna say what, but not much, not much at all. So Matt Keto reached out to me and basically discussed all that, blah, blah, blah. And then Tanner, the owner of Alpha, reached out to me on Facebook, I believe. It was like, hey man, like, really love your stuff, love your vision. You know, I know you've talked to Matt, you know, this is what I want to do. We would love for you to create a video for us. They already knew who I was, and they told Matt that. They're like, yeah, we actually know who he was. We were thinking about doing something with him. And then once Matt said that, and you know, they were already thinking that, they're like, okay, yeah, let's definitely bring this guy out. So I talked to Tanner, and he's like, yeah, I know you're making videos for Matt, but we would also like a video for Alpha. Just highlight video of the Arnold, showing us interacting with our fans, our customers, and with the athletes, and yada, yada, yada. But he also made it sound like, hey man, like, I know you're gonna be super busy. We're not expecting much, but just something. I'm just gonna give them literally the best thing I can make with the hand I was dealt. And when I got there, I have never worked so hard in my life. I did not sleep, I did not eat. I literally just filmed, and then when I was done filming, I edited. And when I say I didn't sleep, I got a few hours a night, maybe. I ended up getting sick near the end of the trip. But long story short, the Arnold ended, and I created the Alpha video, and they just went nuts about it. The Alpha team, like, holy shit, man, like, we were not expecting this. This is dope. And I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you, because I was really nervous. So I did well on the video, or they loved it, and they saw the video. They're like, we want to sign you. We want you to be a sponsored athlete. I'm like, what? Like, okay. Because if you saw their contract, typically they don't accept a sponsored athlete unless they have at least 10,000 subscribers, something like that. And I was barely at 5,000. I think I was under 5,000. Yeah, before the Arnold, I was under 5,000 subscribers, and they wanted to sponsor me as an athlete. I was just like, okay, like, this is dope. And I thought it was dope because I really love their clothing, and you know, I'm wearing their pants right now. So I signed with them, and the entire Arnold experience opened up major doors. It kickstarted everything, really. I met Nick Bear, I met Teron Beckham, I met Nick Wright, obviously I met Matt Keto. I met all these people, and obviously Nick already knew me because he was copying all of my stuff on his own videos. Anyways, so I met all these people. Again, like I said, it's not the amount of people that subscribe to your channel or that you meet, it's the right people. I met all these people, the Arnold ended. I went home, the chaos was over. And then my phone was going, not off the hook, but for me and my situation, it was ringing and pinging and dinging a lot more than usual. Emails, text messages, stuff like that. I started getting job offers, like full-time positions as videographers for big YouTubers. I'm not gonna name any names, but they're all fitness YouTubers. And it was a good handful of fitness YouTubers that wanted to hire me full-time. Not because I didn't like them, not because they didn't offer me a lot of money. It didn't have to do with any of that. It had to do with, if I do that, I say goodbye to what I started. And initially I was like, okay, I can work for him full-time and make his videos, and I could also do my videos on the side, use his channel to grow my channel while I grow his. Like, this was my thought process. And after just thinking about it myself, talking to my inner circle, I just knew it wasn't a good idea. It didn't feel right in the gut. And I even got a big opportunity from a fitness YouTuber. I said no because of the same reason I just said, because everything I would have done would have said, it would have gone away. Or I could have said yes, taken a pause on my channel, do a temporary contract or something like that, and use their following to grow mine while I work for them, and you know, everything will be great, and I'll just boost up right away. I couldn't do it. I just, like, something in my gut told me, don't do it. Just wait a second. Do what you, because if you would have handed me 100,000 subscribers tomorrow, would I go do that job with that other person? No. Or even not 100, let's just say 20,000. You get 20,000 subs from doing what you're doing right now, and those are your subscribers that you grew naturally. It was an organic thing that happened. I would much rather have that than have other people's subscribers go to my channel, because my thought process was, they're not going to be a fan of what I am doing. They're already a fan of that other person, and they're only going to watch my stuff if that person is in my video. You know, so these are the things that I'm thinking about. Just kind of a cluster of different thoughts. And so, long story short, even though this is turning out to be the biggest video I've ever made, sorry, I said no. I just said no, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity, but I just can't do it. No, thank you. Yeah, just continued to keep doing my thing, continued to keep making videos that I wanted to make. I was given these opportunities, which was great. I said no to all of them, but then I started getting temporary contract, like just getting like one day or a weekend contract work. So I started getting these jobs. I started becoming more of a cinematographer, less as a personal trainer, which is what I wanted. And really, I still need that cash flow now. I'm making this much money as a trainer, and then I was making this much money as a cinematographer, and then it just went bam. And then it just went bam. You know, small jumps, not as big as you think. But I'm making more money as a cinematographer now than as a personal trainer, which is awesome, super cool. And that was because of all of this. And then finally, just to wrap all of this up, I just got on Twitter for the very first time, and thank God I did, because I don't know, should I say this right now? I don't know if I should say this. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. For those people that have lasted through all this, you guys deserve to know. I'd love to share this information. I'm just gonna say it. It's not that big of a deal yet. Anyways, so I just got on Twitter for the very first time, and right when I got on Twitter, Ben Brown tweeted that he needed a video guy to edit and film his vlogs and help with productions. He's doing a big project. I think it's like a 4 to 6 month project, and he can't do his vlogs and also do this project. So I got on Twitter the day after he tweeted that. I hadn't been on Twitter before, and so I went crazy, because in one of my Q&A videos I've done, someone asked me who's the one person I would want to collaborate with on YouTube, and boom, I said Ben Brown without even thinking. Huge inspiration and huge influence on my work, even though I try to be different and stuff like that. But you know, his stuff has inspired me. Anyways, I sent in my application, showed him my best work, and then he also said, you know, also write less than 300 words why you deserve the position. So I did that, and then he tweeted the next day saying, I've received like 178 applications the first day. I'm like, well, he's not even gonna see my application. Like, how the hell is he gonna go through all of these? This is just not good. So then I went on Instagram, I went on my Instagram stories and asked your help. I'm like, guys, please, I don't ask much, but if you do me a favor, go on his last photo that he posted and tag me in it, and you know, if you think I deserve this position or I'd be a good fit, please tell him why. And you guys went hard, real hard, and then almost too hard, where I had to say, hey, I think he gets the picture, thank you so much, let's cool it down a bit. Shortly after I come out with that Instagram story, he DMs me saying, haha, tell your squad to cool it. I'm like, this is crazy. And we chatted for like super briefly, but yeah, super brief, like nothing to be like going crazy over. But he does follow me on Instagram now. Just because I've looked up to the guy for so long. So super cool for me. And that's still in the works. I haven't heard from him. This is all live stuff that I'm telling you right now. Nothing's happened, but this could be a very big stepping stone into what I actually want to do for a career. And I kind of want to do what he does. I want to do what a lot of these guys do, differently, but essentially, you know, filmmaking, photography, like all this stuff. And so I was super stoked, but that, you know, that died down. He still follows me on Instagram, but we don't talk or anything, and he hasn't announced who got the position. So we're just sitting right now. We're sitting. Anyways, a little more time went on after that. And then Chase Tuning, huge shout out to Chase Tuning. If you don't follow that Ever Forward podcast, you should, because it's amazing. And I happen to be on it in one of the episodes. I don't know why, but I am. But Chase Tuning, I love you. You are such a good dude, man. I am so grateful to have some of these people in my inner circle. Crazy, mind-blowing. It doesn't seem real. Anyways, he tagged me in a Lewis Howes tweet, and I follow Lewis Howes. I've been listening to his podcast for a year. My girlfriend got me into it, and I wasn't even listening to podcasts at all. But he was the very first podcast I ever listened to, and he tweeted, "I need a film guy for 10 days in Manhattan. I need a local guy." Chase tweeted, tagged me in the tweet. I'm like, okay, need someone local. I don't care. I'm going to apply for this position, and if he's like, well, what's the worst that can happen? He just doesn't pick me. Like, who cares? Like, he said someone local, it doesn't matter. To everyone, he says, DM your best work. I DM him. 2 hours later, he responds, which was just like, I was like stopped in my tracks. Like, okay. Anyways, he said he needed someone local, and I basically said, I will fly to New York City out of pocket. I don't care. I'll just fly out. I will do this. And maybe 4 hours later, that was during the day, 4 hours later, I'm FaceTiming with Lewis Howes. What the f***? Yeah, and then I got the position. I'm gonna be flying out to New York City in 2 days. And it all happened in like 8 hours. All that happened. Whew. That's my story. I've got 10,000 subscribers. I'm a filmmaker, cinematographer. I want to help people. I want to show what's possible. I want to show you can do you, and as long as you work your ass off and you dedicate your time and you put in your hours and you stay humble, you stay true to yourself, you pretty much do whatever you want to do. I mean, it's kind of that simple. It's the execution that's so damn difficult, and I struggle with it all the time. But this is my story. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I'm getting closer. Something is working, and I'm just kind of riding it out right now. And I wanted to share it just unfiltered, and maybe this will be kind of like a podcast. But it was very long. I apologize. This is for people that just want to hear what I have to say and listen to my story and hope that it either inspires you or kind of helps you see things a little bit more clearly. I don't know what this Lewis Howes gig will bring for me. I'm very, very nervous. I'm very, very excited, and it's just, again, I think it's just another stepping stone. I'm not good with marketing and business. I'm an artist. I like creating videos that I like to create, and period, like that's it. So I'm hoping to learn a lot from him. I'm hoping to learn the behind the scenes. I'm hoping to create something he'll like and be just like blown away with. So yeah, that's it. That's what I'm doing. I don't know when this video is going to be coming out, but if it doesn't come out for a while, it's because I'm working for him temporarily. And if it does come out, I'm going to be taking time off of YouTube for 2 weeks, and then I'll be right back on, kicking ass again. My name is Zack Kravits. That's it. It's over. It's late at night. I'm gonna go to bed now, but thank you guys. Thank you for listening. I don't know what to say, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.
Work so fucking much, my greatest fear is I'ma die alone. Every diamond in my chain, yeah, that's a milestone. I'm loving it. Calling me, asking me for money, man. The only thing I'ma give you motherfuckers is a doubt.